Bring out the fighter. I won't go down without a fight. I won't go down without a fight. I won't go down. Really surprised my pants didn't fall down there. Everything else did though. I didn't kick the wall this time. Hello there. I'm Scotty. You're not. Give me a second. So, I haven't done one of these in a while. Short-lived, where I talk about a show that didn't last very long. This is sort of breaking my rules because I only go for shows that last 2 seasons. But this lasted, work right, 3 seasons. Lasted 3 seasons. So, we're talking about Bully Beatdown, which aired on MTV2 from 2009 to 2012, and it's a very interesting show to watch. How I got into it, my sister actually got me into it. You know, I've been a wrestling fan most of my life, you know. Watched a little WCW when I was a kid, got banged into it in 2002 because of a friend of mine when I started high school. So, you know, wrestling. And I've never been too huge in MMA. I've never been too into MMA, but I'll watch it, you know. It's a real combat sport compared to wrestling, which, yes, a lot of the stuff they do in there is real, but the outcomes are not. And again, you don't know. Like boxing, I can tell you 100% real. There's no way. Those are, you know, people got stuff. But like this, UFC or MMA is more real than wrestling, but not as real as boxing. I'll put it that much. I still think there's some predetermined things. But because my mind goes back to Brock Lesnar versus Cain Velasquez, and Brock Lesnar was beaten in the first round. To me, that seems like a Brock Lesnar, I want to get out of here quick kind of maneuver. Like being put on the first match at WrestleMania so he doesn't have to stick around. To me, that's what it seems like. But with this show, so what this show is it's hosted by MMA fighter Jason Mayhem Miller, who's one of the wackiest people you will see. I mean, he's a wacky and goofy on screen, but off screen, we'll talk about him later. But about that later. But it's hosted by him. What it is that supposedly, if you have a bully, then you need to send in a video of you talking about this bully, and you know, and then they go and they find the bully and they challenge him to spend 2 rounds in the ring with a professional MMA fighter, right? And they always accept every single time, which is a bit of a head scratcher. But then again, if they didn't accept, then it wouldn't be a show. And if this was 100% real, which Mayhem claims it is, I got issues following the first season. But if it's 100% real, I can imagine there's some like, no, I'm not doing that, so they don't air that. Why would they? You know. But you know, the format of the show changes between seasons 1 and 2. Seasons 2 and 3 have the same format, but the format's different in the first season compared to the others. Like in the first season, the format is similar, so it's you have Jason Mayhem Miller introducing himself, introducing the problem, what the bully is. He talks to the 2 or 1, whoever was bullied, and then he goes and finds this bully at a place like a gym or their house or something like that, and challenges them to the fight with a professional MMA fighter like Jake Shields, Michael Westbrook. There's only 2 I could take off the top of my head, but there was a whole bunch. Andrei Arlovsky's in there. A lot of good ones, including Mayhem himself in what was one of my favorite episodes. Watching it now, they were really ending it like they couldn't make it. I don't know. We'll get to it. So the format of season 1 is, like I said, and then they go to the arena. So he has an interview with the bully. Then he goes and introduces the victim or victims to the fighter, and he goes talks with the bully in the back, and make sure he wants to still go through with it. And then we transition to the fight. And what it is, it's 2 rounds of 3 minutes each. The first round, submissions only, grapples. Basically, it's a grapple round, submissions only, that type of thing. And for every, what it is, I've got to mention the most important part. 10 G's, $10,000 are on the line. So there's 5 G's in the first round, 5 G's in the second round. So every time that the bully taps in the first round, that's 1,000 G's. So 1 G, I should say, not 1,000 G. That's 1 G, $1,000. And if he taps 5 times, that's it. Round's over. Second round, kickboxing round. All right, kickboxing round, and if he gets knocked out, that's another $5,000 down the drain. I don't know why I said it like that. Down the drain. And if he, taps all 5 times in the first round, gets knocked out in the second round, all 10 go to the victim or victims. Simple solution. And the first season is the most believable. It's more realistic. However, when they start season 2, it becomes overproduced to the point that it seems very much staged. That there's a lot of things that is just overproduced starting with the second season. That just, he starts out in a cage with an audience introducing the show. And then, instead of going to find said bully, we got a video of the victim or victims, which was in the first season. But now we had a video of the bully explaining what happened. And with that, everything is over-explained, because in the first season, the bully acts oblivious to the fact that he is a bully, that he's done this to them. But following the first season and seasons 2 and 3, they're now fully aware, although some of them don't consider themselves bullies. They're trying to do this, they're trying to do that, and everything is over-explained. You have the victims explaining what happened, the bullies are explaining what happened, and it's explained more than once. So you have the package video where it's explained by the victims what happened, and then you get the bullies video where he goes on and tells what he did, and then you have where Mayhem is talking to them and they sort of explain again what he's done, and then we have the interview where the bully then talks about what he's done, and when they talk to the fighter, they once again reiterate what had happened to the fighter, and it's like, okay, we get it. You've now explained to us 4 or 5 times an episode what this guy has done. We get it, right? It's mostly male, with an exception of one during the first or second season where it's a female being picked on by a male bully. It's like an ex-boyfriend who won't leave her alone. And then in season 3, which I'm ashamed to say is why I stopped watching, there was one episode, I didn't realize it was only one episode, where it was a female fighter and a female bully. And I was like, this is not what the show should be. And I stopped watching. So I for some reason thought that season 3 was entirely female. And I'm like, this is not, I watched NXT's when it was, WWE NXT's, the reality show thing, when it was all females. Although WWE didn't seem to care about it because they all had Michael Cole telling us how crap it was. But Vince McMahon never cared about women's wrestling to begin with, so... But anyway, I stopped watching it, and I'm ashamed to say that I did, because I was wrong. I'll have to look it up. It's only episode. I don't know. Maybe it was a test for a potential season 4, which never happened. And now the big question. why was this show canceled? Well, actually, before we get to that, we got to talk about, like I said, the episode that was my favorite episode. Because this goes into a little bit of why it was canceled. Sort of. It's connected. Kind of. So the episode in question is Andy, the first episode of season 3. And they keep teasing him, who his MMA fighter is going to be. Now, if you're going in knowing who his fighter is going to be, knowing that it's going to be Jason Mayhem Miller himself, you're going to catch some things or anything. They made it extremely obvious that the bully already knew who he was fighting. Like, you try to say, yeah, Mayhem saying this 100%. I think once season 2 hit, they had to set something up. Like I said, some of the videos, like I noticed at least in this one, the Andy one, that it seemed like one of the victims was reading off a cue card. He picked on me and then he threw me into a wall or something like that. He was talking like that, like he was reading off a cue card. I don't know, but like there's a point in an interview with the bully where he's like, you know what? How about you get in a ring with me? I'll slap you around. And it's like, okay, he obviously knows it's going to be him. This has to be set up, at least from season 3 on. It has to be, because there's no way he would do that. He would say that if he didn't know. Like, why would he just out of nowhere, hey, I'll slap you around too? And then it's like, oh, surprise, it's him. What a coincidence. But I do love the reveal when he reveals it to them. He goes, I got a perfect MMA fighter just for you, just for the bully. And he walks around the heavy bag and puts his head over and he goes, it's me! And I'm just like, okay, I laughed at that. It's funny, And then he starts running down all his stats. I like long walks on the beach. And, it's funny. But this is the one that made me think, okay, there's something has to be redone here. And with the format of the show, mostly it comes down to bully gets her ass kicked, apologizes, they're cool, end. Every time. Like, I understand that that's the point of the show, but in the real world, getting your ass kicked does not automatically mean you are going to then be cool with these people. Like, come on. Especially, and, I'm trying to be more realistic here. If I was brought in by these two punks, I'm in the mindset of the bully here, that I have pushed around and knocked around and stuff like that, right? If I was in that mindset and I push them around and they are basically forcing me for money to face as a MMA fighter and I get my ass kicked and I don't get the money, wouldn't you think that would make things more worse? Like, oh yeah, you know what it's like to be kicked around, but I feel like they'd be even angrier about this because, hey, I did this for the money. Hey, I didn't get the money, and now your ass is grass. Isn't that, I'm in a bully's mindset here. But from the other side, I can see why they would have them do it every time. There's only 2 instances where things did not go the normal way, really. And that's one where, was like 3 actually. One of them, the bully did not lose any money and got the 10 G's, right? And you still, you had respect for them. Another one, the bully technically won because the MMA fighter used an illegal kick to the head, which I guess is illegal, and but he gave the money to the victims anyway. And then the other one, he quit before the second round. He got his ass kicked. Emil, which is the last that was sold on the Xbox one. He gets his ass kicked in the first round, which is just grapples. He's getting choked and stuff. That thing. And then he didn't even win anymore. The next one, he said, "No, I quit. I'm done. And this dude goes from looking like this Samoa Joe looking guy, right, to he shaves a mohawk on his head so he looks more badass. I think that's to put you off guard, because if it was predetermined, then that's to get you off guard so that, oh, he's badass, look at him, and then he chickens out before the second round even gets started. Another thing is, you know, the runtime is the same. So what if they ran out of time, and so they had to tell him, hey, you have to give up because we don't have enough time left to film anymore. So I don't know. But Mayhem claims it's 100% real. Speaking of Mayhem, why did the show get canceled? Well, there's no real reason. I've looked it up, and there were other things, stuff, you know, basic. Oh, there was money, viewership, blah, blah, blah. However, if you look up Jason Mayhem Miller, which I did, I knew there was something with him and getting arrested. He has been arrested almost every year since 2011, with the first offense coming in 2011, another in 2012. So it's clear that the first offense happened, and they were like, okay, we'll give him another chance. The second offense happened, and they're like, no, we're canceling this show. That's really what it seems like. And I didn't look at the date to see if it corresponds, or, you know, I don't know. But it seems very likely that it was Jason Mayhem Miller's fault the show got canceled. Because, I don't know, but the guy gets arrested for assault. For assault. Almost every single time it's assault. So you want this guy to be the guy who's an anti-bully? The guy who gets arrested for attacking people? Come on. And I only seen one of his MMA fights, and he lost that one. So I don't know. But, well, besides the one on the show, but I mean like a real MMA fight, you know. But, should the show come back? Well, if before I started watching these again, I would have said yes. After watching them again, I don't know. They're a little overproduced, and if they did it now, I think it'd be way too obvious that it was set up. Because, I don't know, the longer the show went, the more obvious it was that something was set up. Like I said, the first season was great because he was going out. There's scenes where he like confronts people. Like there's ones where they're playing basketball and he's like, "Hey, traveling big goofy white guy." Or when he's trying to get this bully named Dennis, he gets on the what do you call it? You know what I mean? The thing up there. And he goes, "Hey, Denise," you know. And that makes it real. But now, starting with season 2, it's overproduced. And it's just, oh, we're going to show you a video of this and a video of that. There's no, we're going to go out, we're going to find this guy. No, we already talked to him, and we cut together this video. And every time, he's like, the victims, they sent me this video. A very highly edited, very well edited video that they sent. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, they could have sent it and then they edited it together. But still. So I don't know, but I don't know. I don't think it'd be worth it to bring it back today. I don't know if you could get away with it, actually, but it is fun to go back and watch. Mayhem is like funny to watch, you know, even if you know about his arrests and everything. He's funny to watch. You get comedy and everything, so yeah. So yeah. What are your thoughts on Bully Beatdown? Leave them in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. By the way, the outro is bring us your bullies and we'll beat them up on Bully Beatdown. Shouldn't it be beat them down? I'm sorry, it just bugs me. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one. Damn it. Go!